Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show where we dig into the science, stories, and strategies that help you live your best life. Welcome to the Healthy Sleep Revolution podcast. I am your host, Dr. Magna Dasani. Today's episode is all about sleep, or specifically how to design your environment to optimize rest. So if you've ever struggled to fall asleep or wake up feeling refreshed, stick around. We're diving deep into the 3 pillars of environmental design for sleep. Those 3 pillars are light, temperature, and sound. So let's get started. Let's start with light, because believe it or not, light is one of the most powerful tools for regulating your sleep. I call it the maestro of our sleep rhythm. Think of it as the conductor of your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock. Every flicker of light tells your brain whether it's time to be alert or whether it's time to wind down. In the morning, natural sunlight is your best friend. Just step outside, soak it in, even if it's just for a few minutes. And what it does is it signals to your body, hey, it's time to wake up. And this helps to set the stage for a better sleep at night. But what happens when the sun sets? Now, this is where things get tricky. Artificial light, especially the blue light from our screens, confuses our brain. What it does, it's like tricking your body into thinking that it's still daytime. And what this does is it suppresses melatonin, which is our sleep hormone that helps us sleep. So here's the fix. In the evening, dim the lights. Switch to warm, soft lighting that mimics a sunset. Now, if you are a night owl, like my younger daughter, who sometimes works late, then consider using blue light blocking glasses or use apps that adjust your screen's color temperature. And blackout curtains or eye masks, total game changers for keeping your space dark and restful. Next up is the silent sculptor of comfort, temperature. This one is often overlooked, but I think it's a deal breaker for quality sleep. Did you know that your body naturally cools down as you sleep? It's part of the process that helps us drift into those deep restorative stages of rest. And here's the thing though, if your room is too cold or too warm, you're disrupting that process. Research suggests that the sweet spot for sleep is between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, for those of our listeners who are outside the US, that's about 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. So if you're a hot sleeper, you might want to invest in breathable sheets or a cooling mattress topper. I'm a huge fan. If you're like me, and love feeling cozy, then layer blankets so you can adjust throughout the night. In the summer, a fan can make all the difference. So the goal here is to create an environment that works with your body, not against it. It's not just about staying comfortable. It's about setting the stage for better, deeper sleep. And finally, let's talk about sound, what I consider to be the invisible architect of serenity. This one is a little tricky because not all sound is created equal. Some noises, like a dripping faucet or your neighbor's barking dog, they're certainly not helpful for sleep. But certain other types of sound, like white noise or soothing nature sounds. By the way, I'm a huge fan of rainfall as part of my white sound when I sleep. It can actually enhance you getting into better sleep. So personally, I found that having a white noise machine or even a fan running can block out those sudden disruptions. And what it does is it creates a consistent soundscape for our brain. It's like giving your brain something predictable to focus on, and this then helps us relax. Now, if you live in the city, if you live in a noisy area, soundproofing can also be a lifesaver. Thick curtains, rugs, or even something as simple as earplugs can make a huge difference. Here's the thing though, this is not a one-size-fits-all. For some people, absolute silence works best. And for others, Like me, the sound of rain or waves might be what lulls them to sleep. So experiment with it. Find what works for you. Find the sound or the lack of it that creates your ideal sleep atmosphere. Now, bringing it all together is where the magic is. These three factors, light, temperature, and sound, they don't just work in isolation. Together, they create the perfect recipe for restorative sleep. Imagine dim lighting signaling your body to relax, then the cool breeze from the lower temperature, keeping you comfortable, and a soothing soundscape that drowns out distractions. The perfect recipe in my book. Your sleep environment should feel like a sanctuary. It's not about perfection, it's about personalization. What works for someone else might not work for you, and that's okay. Start small. Maybe tonight, just dim the lights an hour earlier or experiment with a white noise app. Even a tiny adjustment can bring you closer to that restful sleep that you deserve. So here's my challenge to you. Tonight, take a moment to assess your sleep environment. Ask yourself, are the light, temperature, sound in the bedroom working for you or against you? What is one small change that you can make right now to create that space that invites rest? Remember, sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And when you invest in your rest, you are investing in every aspect of your life, your energy, your health, your focus. So let's design that. Let's design a sleep sanctuary that's going to help you thrive. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend, share it with a family member, share it with a loved one, and leave a review. It helps more than you know. Until next time, take care of yourself, design the sleep you deserve. As always, sweet dreams, my friends.